Mike, it's a 1-0 win against League Two Doncaster Rovers in your final home pre-season friendly. What was your overall assessment of that?
I thought the lads were superb over the game. I think taking into consideration that we've really pushed the players yesterday in training, and we keep talking about the red zone, it's the lads keep laughing at. But we thought we were going to come into it a little bit more fatigued, but it was all about stretching the players and really to see how they can control the game when they're tired. But I felt that, right from the off, we really got after them. I thought we doubled up in the press well. A little bit frustrated in terms of the attacking transition, not securing it early doors, some people hiding, but once we got on that, I think we started to get control of the game, and I thought we showcased some really good football. I thought we played out from the back well, which opened them up to create some chances, and then also I think we varied it to go along. Just a little bit disappointed in that first half that we didn't score a couple of goals. I know they had maybe a couple of half chances from the set players, but apart from that, yeah, really chuffed with the back lads in terms of where they're at conditionally, and then obviously the lads who have come on as well, weren't expecting to go down to 10 men because that was a shift for them, but yeah, we're in a good place. There's still a lot to work on in terms of the tactics and some positional play, but we look like we're on the right track at the moment.
A few more yellow cards than you'd usually see in a pre-season friendly, I feel. Thierry, like Fairweather saw himself, sent it off with a second yellow card. Is there any kind of suspension that applies for pre-season games?
I've been told different things. I've been told no, and then I've just spoke to someone up there and they said it could be a 2 to 3 match ban. And I'm just like, I don't know, it's just crazy. I think just trying to say to them there, just have a little bit of common sense. We've got a load of lads who have been pushed really hard yesterday. You could see the footwork in terms of the 1v1 defending at times that were jelly-legged, and and Thierry's a young lad and he's been grafting and he's been asked to play 90 minutes, and he's not made a malicious tackle, it's just little things. And then we were told that they was going to ask us to pull him off. We're about to pull him off and then they send him off. So I felt it was, give us a different problem to go on. But I think, listen, we've got to look after the players. They're the first and most important people. And I just felt that was sort of stretched them a little bit too far. But listen, I think the lads stood up to it and we still look conditioned. But yeah, it was an interesting one.
Mazkuya headed in, and Michael just worked a corner for the goal. Duckworth's been on a few dead balls during pre-season. He hit the post with a free kick not long afterwards. Is that something that was spotted recently? Is quality from dead ball situations?
No, I think that even when you come in, I think he's a technician. You see how he strikes the ball in his delivery. I felt like the delivery for Maz's goal, real good subtle movement from Maz as well. But the pace that come on it, Maz just needs to guide it. I think there was a free kick, he was unlucky as well. But I think everybody knows, I think at York, that he's a technician, so you've got to get your technicians on the set plays.
And 2 trialists have continued to be around the squad throughout pre-season. I think there's been more in and out. But what is your assessment of them so far?
Yeah, just giving everything. We just want to give them the best opportunity. Obviously, like the goalpost has changed slightly from when we planned to bring them in, so there's a little bit more competition. But I think that the lads have been honest, and I think they're buying into what we need to do. But then we need to sort of make a decision on them. But I said to them, look, at least if it was worst case scenario, you're in yourself a really good position because you should be fitter than a lot of people that you go in. So you should put yourself in a good position if it don't go the way you want it to go. On the flip side of that, I think the showing that we can trust them as well, so if we do sign him, they'll be a good addition to the squad.
Xander was reintroduced today after I think he took a slight knock against Garforth. In terms of us, I think we've got Alex Hurst still out from his knock in the first pre-season game, Kevin Castro, and Scott Barrow as well. So how far away are them at the moment?
Scott is down at St George's Park this week, just working on his rehab. He's going to be another couple of months or so we'll see where he's at. Castro obviously has been struggling with a thigh injury, but he's been training. He's probably in the top 5 in terms of fitness. The only issue is his ball striking, but he's been involved with full contact today. Hopefully we could get some minutes into him in one of the next 3 games, which would be good to see, because he's got bags of ability, but his attitude and everything's brilliant. Obviously on Z there, Z's a exciting player. We've had that chat that he needs to be a little bit fitter, but like I said, we've raised the bar this year in terms of conditioning. Even some of the lads today who've come in, they were like, wow, this is another level. So that's credit to the lads who we had last year and been working hard. But he's an excited player. We've just got to manage it, and it's the same with Callum as well, just managing a couple of little niggles, because what we don't need them to do is break down in pre-season. We can manage them and just drop them into games and just try get them there for the start of the season.
And have you got any timeline on when we might be able to introduce Dipak and Yerma?
Yeah, so he's been training hard the last couple of days, had a tough session today, so we need to get him right conditionally, but he's coming in good shape, so it shouldn't take him too long. Waiting on international clearance as well, so hopefully that won't take too long, so we can get him into some games and get some minutes into him.
And just looking ahead, I think complete pre-season, your preparations with 4 away games in 7 days. What is that going to look like in terms of how the squad's used?
So we'll try to creep up the minutes. As you could see, the last 2 games was around 60 minutes and 30. Obviously we did a lot of hard work yesterday in terms of the accels and decels, so they're playing enough 2 games in terms of accels and decels over the 2 days, so again that's credit to the lads. We're going to give them a couple of days off now, rest up tomorrow, have a little golf day on Thursday, and then we'll go again, because we know it's going to be thick and fast from there. All we need to do now is creep up the minutes, so we need to be pushing players, you know, towards 80 to 90 minutes. So you know, we won't be going with big squads, we'll be taking teams where players get plenty of minutes over them games.